Alright, here we go. So we got it all set up. Power supply, ECG-P2 over to the network switch over to the PC, and now here we are on the PC. So, first thing you're going to want to do is the IP address for the ECG-P2 is 10.10.10.10. Okay? Now, everybody's just going to want to go to a browser, hit 10.10.10.10, and log into the ECG-P2 and start playing with the network configs. You can't do that yet. Okay? First thing you've got to do, you can do it one of two ways. You can do it out of the network card, like I've got it plugged up right now, like we did, in the first video, or you can do it through USB. Ed and Phil both have a video over on the Aussie forums that walks you through how to do it through USB and through Ethernet. So I'm not even going to walk you through how to do that with the UBL and how to go over all that, because there's no sense in going over it. They've already done it. I'll link you back to it and you can watch that video. I will show you how to do this though, because I believe Phil is running his on his home network. So he changed the IP address on the ECG-P2 to one in his home network's range, like 192.168. whatever. And I probably just shot over somebody's head. And you're like, what? Okay. So anyway, I'm on Windows 7, so I'm going to go into my network and sharing center, and we're going to change the adapter settings. Okay. So you got your wireless network connection. That's my wireless card. It's connected to my Xbox 360's wireless network for some reason right now. Anyway, so local area connection, that's where we plugged it up at, right? You want to double click on that, go into properties, go to Internet Protocol 4. Internet Protocol version 4, right here. Double click. It's going to be set at obtain an IP address automatically. Not going to go into setting up the different IP addresses or changing the IP address on the ECG-P2. Like I said, Phil and Ed have both already done a video on all that. What I will say is, if you just want to leave it at the default, you can just go in here and type in 10, 10, 10, 50. You're like, whoa, why'd you just do 50? The ECG-P2 is 10, 10, 10, 10. Anywhere in that network range will work. So 1 through, I believe, 255 will, in fact, control the ECG-P2. I put it at 50 because I can remember that. I know my ECG-P2s are on 10, 10, 10, 10, and my PC's 10, 10, 10, 50. Simple enough. So down here at the subnet mask, we're just going to do 255. Try that again. 255, 255, 255, and leave the last one 0. Just hit OK. We're done. That's all you have to do to set it up on your network. Now, when I say your network, I mean it's basically on its own little private network. It's going out of your PC into the network switch, just like we got it sitting on the table. Network switch to the controller. You can add another controller to it. Leave it at 10, 10, 10, 10. You can keep adding them on through there. Now, if we did this right, you should be able to open up your browser now. Go to 10.10.10.10. And there she is, ECG-P2 Joshua 1 Systems. Alright, so now we're inside the network config. Alright, and you can configure the string, the effects, all of that in here. I'm not going to go into too much great detail here because Phil has got another video where he already went into this and explained how to do it all. So I'm not even going to go into much of it. So username is admin, password is blank. Okay? So here's your string pixel types, 2811, 6803, 2801, 18. Pick which ones you bought. So I use 2811s. Pick that, if that's what you bought. Do it down here for the other one. That's output 1, output 2. Coming out of the ECG-P2. Here's all 4 universes out of the first side, 4 universes out of the second side. You need to activate each one of these, okay? Just make sure they're checked and activated. Here's your universe numbers. You can name them, you can put them at whatever universe you want to. You could make this universe 18. Here's the way this works. Whatever you put in here in the hardware needs to match up to what you put in your software, okay? And it needs to match up with how you hook up your lights. So, we've got 150 pixels here, okay? That's 450 channels in your sequencer, because 150 times 3 is 450, okay? So, first universe, 450 channels in your sequencer, and then we'll move on to the second universe. Now, in your display, That's 3 strings of 50 pixels, all hooked end to end, or with distances between them, whatever. But the data just carries on from the first string to the second string to the third string. Now when we go to the fourth string, it carries right onto the fourth string, and that'll go to universe 2, to the fourth string. Universe 2 right here. Okay, so in your sequencer, it needs to go to universe 2. Out in your display, you need to hook up the strings. After the first 3 strings, the fourth string will go to universe 2. Everything's got to match. That's how it works. It just matches, and it carries on all the way down through here for the first 4 universes out of one side, and then out of the other side it starts over and you do it again for 4 universes. And you can definitely put gaps between strings. As long as the data comes out of the end of one and goes on to the next one, you're good to go. So you hit save. Now anytime you change anything in here, you've got to reboot it. It says right here at the bottom, these settings will take effect the next time you reboot. So reboot master, continue. It's going to reboot. It says wait 5 seconds, but I think even Phil's got a video in one of his videos says wait like 10, so 10 is usually what I wait. Alright, so there's everything saved. Network's okay, test patterns off. Now, you can go into the effects, and you can specify effects for every string hooked up down through here. Reverse the order from RGB to GBR, in case you get a strand of lights that they're backwards in or wrong. You can reverse the order, the string itself. If you want the first pixel to start at the end of the string, then you can start it at the end. Put in your null pixels, repeat it. This is where you go in and at the hardware level make changes on how it actually controls the pixels. I left everything off here. Any kind of effects and changes I did in the sequencer, the sequence software. It was just easier for me that way. But you may need to go in here and change this if you've got some strands or strings that are backwards. Okay. Now, so that's our effects. That's our string config. We've done all that. XML, not going to go into that. We'll talk over somebody's head. IP config. We'll touch base on that quick. You can change the name of it. Okay. This is where it shows 10.10.10.10. You want to make sure E131 is enabled, and you want to make sure the UBL is enabled. Okay. Now, before you even go into the sequencer and set it all up, if you just want to make sure you got everything hardware-wise hooked up right, we're obviously talking to the controller here. So you can hit test pattern, save it, and reboot. Okay. Once it reboots and comes back on, it should start having lights come on. If lights don't come on, you did something wrong in the first video. So you need to go back and figure out what you did wrong. If lights come on and they're flashing, you're good to go. Go back in here, turn the test pattern off, save it, reboot it, and you're all set and we're ready to set it up in the sequencer. And I'll probably have to do this on a separate video, but I'll show you how to set it up in the sequencer in LOR. So we'll go ahead and close this one out.